Welcome to Biosyn Labs. This is a park build where we're going to experiment with a lot of the features of the game that we haven't maybe taken close enough look at in the past. Or we've started to dabble in, and we're just going to rigorously experiment with them and test them. We're going to also test out some interesting things with cohabitation and some enclosure design and stuff like that. And since it's Biosyn, we'll be doing it on the Biosyn Valley map. Now, when you start up a Jurassic difficulty park in here, you do start with this research compound. Which starts with all of these things here, all listed as complete. But they take an obscene amount of power, 140. Interestingly, first experiment, you can actually run this off backup generators. I wasn't sure if that would work, because they each provide 30 units of power. I wasn't sure if they could actually combine to power one big building, but they do. They run dry in 5 minutes, so this is actually obscenely expensive. Two, this thing here looks like it works with research, but not fossils. We can't use this as an expedition center, despite the fact that the tooltip does have expeditions as one of the sections here, with a power requirement of 25, but it doesn't actually seem to be a thing that exists. Also, it doesn't seem to have any room for upgrades. Very interesting. So, yeah. So the first experiment we've done is actually powering and attempting to use this thing, and I think that is a wash. This is probably, even if this fully functioned with like fossil extraction and dig teams and everything, it wouldn't even be viable then. It looks to me like this is just an obscenely expensive and power-consuming research station and park entrance, which is bad. Like, viewing fossils doesn't even work because we need a science center separate. Which, yeah, since we need a science center for fossils, it doesn't even help you by being a research center, because that's the other half of that, right? Very interesting. Very interesting. So what we're going to have to do is not this. I thought it was worth including this and taking a look at it, though, because it was a curiosity. I should preface, we're playing with the Biosyn building set specifically. For whatever reason, on our last park build, we had everything enabled, and I didn't think I did that, but I thought it bugged out. Maybe it did bug out, but clearly it's working now, so maybe I was just mistaken and it didn't bug out. We'll test out the invisible fences here in an actual like challenge mode style park build, which is cool. Invisible fences are pretty neat. We'll be able to try out like the research outposts and stuff. That should be pretty fun. Actually using those in a challenge mode. I don't know if there's much else. I guess, of course, the Hyperloop is a thing that exists. It's not going to do all that much for us, but like it's not really going to factor into park design, and the Hyperloop really isn't like what would you say? It's not like relevant really in terms of park efficiency, I don't think. But maybe we'll find some weird way to experiment with that, but I'm not sure that that'll be a thing. So yeah, I'm going to reboot the park and not use a billion generators, and then we'll start for real. All right, here's what we got for the park layout this time. We've got our little expedition center, our fossil center here and here. We've got our arrival point, our control center there, and our hatchery here. We're going to put our first enclosure up this way and our amenities over here. It appears that we need the research compound to do research, which is actually insane. So the reason that's insane is that takes so much power, and we can't get real generators until we have the research center. Well, this doesn't appear to be blocked. Hold on. Oh, hold the phone. Hold on. Fossil center. Oh, okay. So the fossil center, right, enables fossil extraction, says nothing about research. But it actually works as a research center in this mode. So that's good. We don't have to power the obscenely expensive research station. Okay, I'll catch you in 30 minutes, Dino. Thank you for coming by. So yeah, we're going to keep this. This is good. I mean, we weren't going to get rid of it, but I mean, everything here was working the way we kind of expected it to. I feel like I should rotate this and put it in line with this path now, maybe. I mean, it's in line with the map border, and it's in line with the arrival point next to it. So this isn't a bad alignment either. We're trying to go with a little bit more of a, again, a more different sort of layout here. 8 fuel. No, 8 power usage. Yeah, these start at 100 fuel. That makes sense. You get deactivated. Okay. Expedition Center needs to be on. We'll leave the Fossil Center on. We need to go get some fossils. So we're going to start with Struthiomymus, which means we need a Logistics 1. I suppose we recruit these guys specifically when we need to. Genetics Specialist. Nice. We could go the Specialist route. I do like the Specialist route. All we have is the Geneticist, with no welfare. Now, that could work. Like, if we had a 303 scientist with logistics and welfare to pair with that, that'd actually be kind of good. We have no such thing. That's a tough call. That is a very tough call. She's also expensive. We could try and stay away from that. Especially here. Because I don't know how much some of these things might change finances, like building hyperloop sections and invisible fences. We got probably some pretty good options here for really cheap people. Why don't we try and keep costs down? So altruistic salary, 5,000 a minute is pretty solid. 122. Next we get 62, cheaper incubation. 9,000 there with faster expeditions. That gives us 3 logistics. We need 5 logistics in the end of things here. That might be okay. I think we can definitely grab you. She was, hold on. Yeah, 1 logistics. We're not going to see a 4 because everybody here is not a logistics specialist. So it is two logistics people we need to grab. Which means if we grab this genetics specialist, we'd have to grab like 4 people to have 5 logistics, which is an important number. So we're definitely not going to do that. At least not right away. Maybe we just won't do it. I don't know. Maybe there's an argument that if you don't start with like logistics specialist, you don't do the specialist route. That could be a strat. So positive influence 192 with 2 logistics. Definitely they have to have 2 logistics. Cheaper synthesis 278. And then 191 and 170. 211 versus 210. Faster expeditions versus cheaper research. Actually, cheaper research is not bad to start with either. Yeah, sure, we'll grab you. Yeah. And of course we need 3 genetics to process fossils, so we do need both of these people pretty quickly. I don't remember if there's actually any research you can do below, like... Okay, you can do 3 for staff center. I don't think there's anything below 3 logistics. I think it's very select things. Okay, that's probably fine. I did go dig up Struthi, right? Yeah, so we're doing Struthi as our first dinosaur for the lab roster. I actually have the entire roster planned. Struthis, we're going to experiment, and there, with them, is experimentation on feeders and carnivores. So if we stick a bunch of Struthis in with some feeders, maybe both types, alongside a bunch of carnivores, can we get a park or an enclosure that is fairly stable? Like, oh, that actually affected the elevation behind that. Did you see that? Oh, that's weird. You can actually... That is not normally how these borders work in the game. You can get maybe some minor adjustments, but generally everything out there is fixed. Probably because of this building being here, probably makes us act a little differently. That's really surprising. Anyway. We are going fast. It really doesn't feel like we're going fast. I mean, I can't see the timer on this. No, it is going fast. Okay. Well, anyway, what was I going to say? What was I doing? Yeah, this is on a slightly different elevation, which is probably not a big deal. We're building a little bit more of an open plan here. I mean, this is a pretty big map, right? So we've got plenty of space to build here. We don't really need to worry about building super tightly. Yes. 88 fuel, 36 minutes till that's dry. Thank you. Now of course, if we're processing these fossils right now, we don't have anybody to dig. Maybe I should have got the genetics specialist. Having a single person to extract fossils is actually really good. Might have made a mistake on that front, actually. Well, too late now. What we'll do is we'll grab somebody that's a 2 and a 1. Or a 2 and a 2. 2 and a 1 or a 2 and 2, actually. Which one is actually better here? Okay, so if we want 2 people processing fossils together, it really doesn't matter, actually. Neither of these people are specialized enough in common tasks to interfere with fossil prep. I mean, I guess the argument is the cheaper research person, but like that means the altruist pairs, and the altruist can pair with any 2 or 1. So yeah, we just get any amount of genetics that isn't 0 with a 2. So 192 for you for positive influence. Actually, kind of good if we're overlapping on tasks here too. Unless we want 5 genetics for something. These are all 4 genetics. The initial unlocks are 4, so we don't need 5. Let's grab the positive. I think we'll do that. Positive influence guy. You come here. Fossils. This is extracted with... Yeah, we'll just grab these 2. That way we actually get some benefit from positive influence. Even though it probably doesn't matter because they probably don't have a job to do outside of fossil prep work there. And then we'll run that. $1,300,000 left. Minute 30, minute 40. Actually, the timers there do align pretty okay with the minus 20%, surprisingly. And we have 4 genetics, 4 welfare for synthesis. That should be enough to get some struthies going. Great. So yeah, I don't think I want to build the fence yet. Usually we're not that picky. We have 35 minutes left. It doesn't matter. We can build fences. So visible fences, let's test these out. Now my thought is build them like this. Although this might be a smidge big for our first exhibit, huh? So, I definitely pause here so we do fossils. So we'll probably cut that down. 7023 finishes that. This is another case of we definitely want positive influence speeding this up so that we can synth as soon as the genome is complete. So yeah, we should probably get this enclosure fully planned out then. We do have viewing galleries to go with the outposts. So yeah, I'm thinking viewing gallery goes, you know what, probably does go like basically tight to that. How do I want to put this path in here? That's another question. You know what? Let's do this, and then we'll do this. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Oh, we could have like made sure there's enough room for a restroom too. Wait. Oh, you have to research restrooms? I forgot. Ah, I forgot. Yeah, you need a dinosaur first, and you get them automatically, right? That's what it is. Really weird that you can't, like, preemptively build a restroom. Very strange. Anyway. Let's see. So, I guess to start with, we could just continue straight off like that. Let's go another section out here. Then maybe we go off of this here for now. Something like that, I think, is fine. We'll test that out. It's our initial enclosure. Some water, please. A bit of water. Put that in right over here, maybe. This is only 1 power. We could just let that slide. Might as well micro it. Okay, so that is at least this initial enclosure's layout. We'll either build... We'll extend this out maybe to be 1 big pen, or we'll build another small one on the side. Maybe just keep this middle dividing section exactly like it is right there. And this will be fun, because when we're down here by the path, it'll be like there's nothing in the way. Also, the tree actually overlaps with the invisible fence. That's kind of sick looking right there. Not going to lie, that's pretty cool. Probably didn't look enough at this veg. These are pretty nice looking trees. Oh, there's like little rock mixed in. Yeah, there's one there. I assume that's just part of the foliage brush, that there's actually rocks. That's cool. I like that. That's really cool, yeah. I definitely don't think we looked at this very closely when we actually played through the campaign for this. It's got a good vibe. Dig it. I dig it. Okay. Yes. So, Struthy's done. We'll just go ahead and randomize these guys right now. I wish you could do random without blank. That'd be kind of cool. We could just keep the pattern. Naked Struthy's a little weird. Nah, we'll just do random. That's fine. Lifespan... You know what? Lifespan doesn't actually make sense on these guys, because the idea would be to get a lot of these out to get the park going. And lifespan doesn't actually do anything for getting your park started. It only helps with money in the long run. So yeah, we'll just do that. Random, as is. 1 genetics. So we could do you on this task. And in the meantime, it's probably worth doing staff center research with the other 2. What do we unlock here? Oh, attractions. Because this gets cheaper research and positive influence. So we might as well just optimize that there. I'm assuming these are 1 welfare to hatch. I honestly don't remember. Skittish. That seems all fine. Oops. And then they're going to need a rest after that, which is why we're doing staff centers. And it looks like the invisible fences are built. Let's get this activated. Is the park formally open? You're not the entryway, you're the entryway. Closed park, yes. The park is considered open. Now, I should say, I mentioned before that I was speculating the DLC was soon to be announced, and it was not. That's why I held off on doing some parks initially.
Hey, I'm Isaac Clement. Together,
I held off on doing a new park build even longer because I had some stuff I had to do with the early part of the week I'm recording during. Isaac.
Really, I don't want to die.
Isaac Shush. This one's actually like a very Gallimimus space color, which is really surprising. Interesting. What skin is that? Amazon. Huh. But yeah, I held off on recording earlier in the week, which I normally would have done, which is why we're getting the second series started a little later in the week than you would have expected. Actually, this is probably going to be Monday's episode, not Friday's. So yeah, that's why we didn't have anything last week, I guess, from the perspective when this goes up on YouTube. I like this, Mangrove Pilo, that's nice. Some good, interesting colors to start with here. A little different than usual. Cool. And yeah, my hope... I hope when the DLC comes, when it gets announced or whatever, that either it's going to be in a position where we can do a DLC series after this, or it'll be in a position where we can add the DLC species to this park without extending it uncomfortably. That's kind of the awkward state, is like, I either want to be done with a park when the DLC drops, or in the exact like middle of a build when the DLC drops, so that we can integrate the new things. Although I think actually there's probably an argument that this is not the series to integrate DLC stuff into. So maybe I should have tried to push this out sooner. Maybe there's an argument for that. Anyway, what do you guys need? Ground leaf, and that is it. Some ground leaf. You guys always want a lot of ground leaf, but there you go. Do these brushes change with environments at all? I don't think so. I think these are like the same trees and plants you get everywhere else. It would be kind of neat if they did a little bit, because this is like very much like a swampy biome. These trees have a strong like evergreen swamp vibe, especially with like these drooping leaves, stuff like that. Okay. Anyway, you can shut up, Isaac. Let's get the rest of our basic park stuff in here. Specifically, at least a restroom. Yeah, so we can't... Okay, you know what? Doesn't matter. If the restroom fits here, that's already fantastic use of space. So, toilet. Let's look at this stuff. Obviously, we have no amenities. Guests. Actually, everything here is good. Path capacity is not. Currently, path capacity is the problem, surprisingly. Our research is done. So, the question now becomes, do we go out and dig out something else? Or do we do some other research? I'm not terribly interested in adding any of these other dinosaurs to the park currently. Toro. We do want this node here, Cosmos Styrac. That's 20 herbivores. We can actually, well, 3 species first. I was going to say we can actually do that, but actually not immediately. Kratonsaurus is buried all the way down there. Spoilers. We do have something to take a look at with Crichton in this experimental build. Yeah, okay, so the herbivore situation is currently that really there's not much else we're doing with herbivores at the moment. So do we go for a carnivore? Probably. Might be Carnotaurus next. We can actually research that. So it probably is Carno that goes in second. We get the park profitable. We work towards Carnotaurus. We have a plan for Carno. Actually harkens back to one of the older park builds, one of the old challenge modes. Trying to figure out what went wrong with Carnotaurus in that particular build. So I think we should get our staff center down. Is that true? Actually, let's look at research again. Scientist limit 2. Oh, which means we need actually a different geneticist. That's a bit crap. Can we start upgrading very early? I forget if we can do that. I think we can, right? I think this is a 5. 5 and 3, which means we can do it. So let's get down that staff center right now then, yeah. Oh, yeah, and power. Wait. 5 minutes on power. No. Okay. Okay, power. We should do power. Always do power first. Always do power first. I forget some of my own, like, my own advice almost. So we don't want to rest this person probably until after we do power. So the remaining question there, the only reason we wouldn't do power quite immediately is we might want to get more Struthies first. So let's look at the park situation. Money. No, we're profitable already. Upkeep is low enough that we're actually doing really good here. And that's largely down to our cheap-ass scientists. Actually, not even largely. That is our cheap-ass scientists. We skewed them really low. So actually, yes, we'll do straight power right here with all these guys. We'll get the power done, and then we can do this. Put this person to rest right away afterwards. So why don't we start that? Let's put the rest center or the staff center in here. Let that build while they're doing that research. And that way she can go immediately into the staff center afterwards. Oh, that is an awkward profile. I forgot that the staff center was so weird. Probably put it over here. How do I... We could align it with this. It's like a lot of wasted space. I could go in over here, weirdly. I mean, it's the right size to go here. This is further from the entrance, so we don't actually really want... Oh, but if this is an exhibit... Wait, how does transportation rating work with the Hyperloop? I don't know how that works. I think we will put this here regardless, though. Because this is just exactly the right sized space for this. So let's just do it. I'm actually wondering that. If we put in... Like, because we start out with the research outpost, and it's actually not that much more expensive. 75 versus 37. So if we put in a research outpost over here, and we put, like, the Carnotaurs in there or something, that's probably fine being farther from the entryway. We do still have a transport rating. Curious. Very curious. And I'm not sure if we need to do anything in terms of the path issue currently. I think we can just kind of let that go. Whoa! We went way low there. Might want to grab a quick thumbnail. I kind of like that we've got a nice... Whoa. Isn't it? Yeah, C and G. See, I know my hotkeys. I know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, we got like the whole herd if we do like this, except for this guy, which we could like include him too. I don't know. I kind of like these two being like front and center. I think that's fun. So let's do. We got one hidden in the trees, one behind the other one. That's a good start for, you know, Biosyn Labs thumbnails, right? Should have cut that out of the video, but whatever. It's fine. Power technology is still going. Staff center is in. We have 4 minutes on power. Oh, that's because we're still powering this bitch. Yeah, turn that off. 5 minutes. Actually, yeah, deactivate you. I mean, it's probably fine. Oh, we never put in a gate. Do you think? Obstructed. Not obstructed. Alright, we'll put it in there. That's fine. That's a fine spot for a gate. Yeah, you're disgruntled. Okay, scientists are back. View scientist. You rest. Stop draining my money because of your disgruntled. Power. Power's going to go in. What did I research? Wait, how does this work in this park mode? It adds the hydropower to this tab, but it can't be built. I guess that's a research prerequisite for no reason. Wait, I am a bit confused. So can we, with the Biosyn building set, do you have to run off backup generators till 3.5 fucking stars? Is this true? Wait, what? That's what it seems to be, huh? So we did that, we rushed out that power research for no reason. That's a bit fucky. That is a bit fucky. Welcome back, Dino. We're figuring out how power works when you play with just the Biosyn building set. I don't like that this research tree is inaccurate, but I guess it's probably just telling everything you unlock in Sandbox, and the hydropower thing is an extension of the large power station specifically. That's really weird. Well, we're gonna have to be really careful with finances if we're running everything off backup generators. Because didn't, like, this thing provide power in the campaign, or am I misremembering that? I mean, I could be misremembering that. We still save money by not using it, though, because the 140 power requirement is obscene. And it is a power requirement, because this is showing us depowered, and when we had the generators in here at the very start of this video, they were draining power to this, so it was working. So I guess we have to use backup generators for the first half of the park. Unless I'm missing something else here that I'm not remembering from the campaign. I don't think I am. That's weird. Interesting. Alright, well, we always complain that Sandbox Jurassic difficulty is too easy, so we'll see how we feel about that when we have to refuel backup generators every 10 minutes. Where does that leave us at then? We've got one person resting. Oh, path capacity is suddenly good. That's certainly something. We can bring in our amenities maybe and see if they're worthwhile. I guess we can do the Carno research. Or wait, was the Carno research specifically the thing that was 2 people? Yes. Never mind, not the Carno research. We need to do this one. Staff center. Scientist limit 3, 5 people, yeah. And then we can do the Carno research with the point we get from that. I suppose the other things to do now would be to get in our ranger station. Our response facility, rather. Which should go over here somewhere. Yeah, I've seen a little bit of the dinosaurs and aviaries without mods thing. It's basically just a glitching them in because of the hitbox issues. We've done the opposite of releasing dinosaurs outside of enclosures because of hitbox issues on one of the hatcheries, which was funny. That happened really early on, I think. It's possibly something that's also been patched. I guess maybe we'll sneak this back here somewhere. So this is aligned, essentially aligned with this path right now. Yeah, this will be on YouTube on Monday. A little earlier, or a little... Well, no, we usually record the Monday episodes today, but, yeah. Yeah, I think this just goes back here. With enough space, let's put it this way more. Actually, yeah, let's just tuck it right in this corner. That feels good. Right like that. And we can get a ranger post in here. Now, the awkward thing is running off backup generators, it really makes a lot of sense for us to micromanage what's powered on, which is going to be a little tedious. We won't do too much of it, but certainly these things like the Expedition Center and the hatchery, it's probably worthwhile to power off. Alright, I'll catch you later, Dino. Thanks for stopping by. We could also do the research for the medical team here. Probably not a bad idea. How much is that? Infrastructure. That is 3 welfare, 1 logistics. So we need this person back. Yeah, so we've got I guess we do medical first. Why don't we release more Struthies and get amenities in here? I think that's what we should do. We need to get the profit up so that we can actually afford to keep the park's lights on. So let's just that's gonna have to result in one of these guys resting, actually. Well, no, because this is 30 seconds here. So why don't we use this person to synth? We'll use the resting person to hatch, and then we can still do 1 research task before we have to rest again. And let's go ahead and slap down our first small amenity. Oh, and emergency shelters too. Right, we should get an emergency shelter in here. Maybe here? Actually kind of fits pretty good right there, because we can put something else behind here that connects up that way, I think. So we'll do that. Emergency shelter there. Small amenity. Might as well just do food. Will not fit there because that gap is awkward. That's not exactly what I had hoped, but okay. A lot of white and green, some donuts, fossil display. Let this build and see what else we do. A little awkward that we're going to have this row of buildings right in front of the Jeep here, but they can swing slightly around it. It's not that bad. It's probably actually, yeah, that's not an awful corner to make. We're at $2 million. Let's just top you off. We don't have to worry about it for a while. Our person is back. Select eggs. 3 is dog shit. Yeah, we'll hatch these real quick. Because I don't think... Yeah, we need this person to do the medical research. We'll hatch these and then we'll do medical real quick. And we could put the medical facility over here somewhere. Maybe back... No, that's kind of a bad spot to have it like tucked away behind everything. Interesting park build so far, though. I like this little weird diamondy thing we're doing here. I'm not sure this is straight. It really ought to be, but it's probably these angles are slightly different where things branch off down here. Almost assuredly they are, because of how this connection was made straight between these 2 path sections. Let's not worry about that. Oh, we're paused the whole time I'm talking about that. Damn it. I was filling for time to let these eggs hatch. No! You have forsaken me, timer. Yes. Profitable, that's actually pretty good. 43 from 41. 46. Okay. Release you. Okay, those are some pretty typical looking Struthies. We don't really need to see them. And then let's get our scientists going on a research project. I think... yeah, medical has to happen first. Which probably means we need to rest before we do Carno. Oh, wait, we need this. Medical has to happen first. We can push 1 person over the limit. That's not bad. Cheaper research person gets pushed. I think that's actually what we do. Yeah, so we do that, and then we'll do this research, pushing the 1 over the limit. And then we'll rest the 2 afterwards, and then we'll do the Carno. So it's going to be a moment before we start digging up the Carno. But that's probably fine. Like, we got other stuff to work on here. We don't really want to add something super expensive like the Carno too early. Well, not super expensive. Something more expensive than a Struthi like the Carno too early. Because it's, I guess there's slightly more greens, so ginger beer makes sense there. Because we don't want to push things too far. And we should also make sure we don't need more shelter further down this way, because that actually might be an issue. Hats, fish tank, fossil display, selfie spots. Seems fine so far. It might be worse once these shops build. But we can put a shelter down here past the end. Which is probably what we would have to do. I mean, I actually don't hate the idea of like grabbing this path and actually extending it down to the end like this. That way people could theoretically walk the entire length of the invisible fence to check out the Struths. Also, we did put out more Struthies. We did need a little bit more ground leaf. I'm anticipating even more Struthies, so I'm okay with fleshing this out a little further. Okay. Thank you. Park rating 1.5 stars already. Wait, seriously? 1.5? I mean, the park's profit's good, but 1.5 seems obscene. What is the species target? 30. Why do I feel like this is essentially like the campaign requirements? 1.5 feels really wrong for just some Struthies. Not even a lot of Struthies. That just doesn't seem right. Oh, whatever. Looks like shelter's still good. Well, I guess it's not going to be as bad to reach 3.5 as it might be. With backup generators? I don't know. Weird. No team... Wait, no team assigned. Did I not? Oh, I must have clicked a Struthi, not the post. That makes sense. Okay, medical's ready to go. We'll slap down the medical facility, and then I think we'll end the episode there. Because that will get most of the base stuff kind of out of the way. Maybe the medical facility. Here's what I'm thinking we're doing. Oh, that's on a different level, too. That's a bit awful. Why don't we do this? Yeah, you know what? I like that. We'll do straight across from this path. Run a road back into here. Medical team. Wrong thing. Medical team will go in over here. Facing the direction that they actually need to go in. Yeah, we can't snap if we're doing this. Wow, really? You're going to be that fussy on the terrain height, huh? Okay, new plan. Flat to this. Because I think the point there is causing probably much more of an issue than the rise in the other section here is going to cause. Back to you. Oh no, this is going to be a piece of shit no matter what. Oh, but it's because this is on the different level, too. Ah, shit. Wait. I want to move this. That's the thing to move here. Okay. Let's just slap this down here for now. Yeah, we're gonna have to move this back. Alright, we wasted some money, but who cares? It's fine. We're actually bringing in a good amount of cash for some reason. It'll be fine. All our scientists are done doing stuff. We got to do our other research project. So the other research project was staff center. And then we need to get this moved back by the time that finishes in 2 minutes. Or we'll start to lose cash from the disgruntled. Thank you, yes. Okay. Put you back in. Medical facility. Yeah, not obstructed. Oops, this way, this way, this way. Because the cars go in the opposite direction of where the path comes in. Or it should be like that. This one obstructs much closer than anything else does, which is strange. Oh, just in time for an unidentified ailment. Well, we beat the buzzer. Well, we didn't really beat the buzzer on that. We almost beat the buzzer on that, I guess you'd say. I guess you could say. What is that wrinkle there? What is that? I mean, clearly it's because that's where the connection point is, but why did it actually do that dimple? That's so gross looking. Well, let's not worry about it. Not dying. Not immediately. So that's good. Injury treatment upgrades? Oh, that's this. Okay. Mobile vet. You go see what the dealio is. Do we... Yeah, we finished this research. We put the 2 people on rest. The other guy can do another batch of struthies. We'll probably end there. So, scientist, you rest, and then you hatch a new batch of struthies, and then rest? Oh. We definitely want to put a genetics in this person. We could push her too. That's probably fine. She gets a point of genetics, teams up with a cheaper research person, unlocks Carnotaurus. Yeah. Rest afterwards. The other people can go dig up Carno. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Alright, let's see what's wrong with this. Oh, we don't even... Wait, why do you even need gates? Wait, send it. Send a Medicaid. Okay, view research, yes. This was a photo. Why... What purpose do the invisible gates... Is that just allows you to shuttle dinosaurs between the pens, I guess? That must be what the point is. I don't know why I actually even thought I needed a gate, now that I think about it. The entire point of an invisible fence is you just drive over the damn thing. Can you turn? My dude. What is this turn radius? This is not Mario Kart. That is awful. Three welfare. I really want her to be 3 genetics. I really cannot afford to give her a point of welfare. Finances are pretty good. We could just hire somebody. Altruistic, 142. No points in welfare, but 3 logistics. That's kind of appealing. Welfare 3, faster treatment. I think the treatment-based upgrades, though, are really bad for scientists now because of the changes they made to injuries. So I think this is effectively a blank trait, which is bad. Also 392. Okay, so let's say we grab the new altruistic. What does that do for us? We get a 3 logistics. She doesn't do anything for us in terms of genetics or welfare. This doesn't achieve what we're trying to achieve. No, it doesn't do it. That doesn't do it for us in any way. We could grab this, another positive influence. 170 positive. Or this 124 cheaper. I guess we grab this 124 cheaper. Okay. We grab... Oh, but she doesn't have a point. Fuck. Right. My logic was to pick her up to have her be our 3 genetics person. Well, it still lets us do this, so fuck it. It's fine. Get the rabies treatment done. Okay. Yeah, we can get that treated next time. Let's end this episode here. Catch you later.